It's amazing how fast a week's worth of food goes. Well, I guess it goes in 7 days. But anyway, I need to do another meal prep where I cook like a week's worth of food on a grill somewhere, save it. It saved me like probably thousands of dollars at this point. I used to spend 25 bucks a day on my dinner. Now I spend like 35 bucks for a week's worth of dinner. Today I'm in Berkshire County. I'm going to Aldi. It's the cheapest grocery store around. Gonna see what I can get there and cook during the day at one of these beautiful grilling park locations somewhere in the county. I think it's gonna be a nice, relaxing day. Going to the right grocery store is hugely important when you're grocery shopping. I avoid the ones in Boston like the plague, like Whole Foods, Star Market. But Market Basket and Aldi are great. They have basically all the same food. It's a little more cluttered, a little more disorganized. You have to like rent a shopping cart. But those are small prices to pay, little inconveniences. I live in a freaking van. I'm fine with inconveniences. This one is also right next to a Tractor Supply store, which has like grilling stuff. I may pop in there, see if there's anything I can get for today's meal prep. Brussels sprouts, absolutely. I'm getting like 3 bags of this stuff. Asparagus, $3 a pound. Strangely expensive for this place. Still pretty good deal. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the prices today. I can get 5 ears of corn at Market Basket for $2. This is 4 small ones for $4. Is it just out of season? I don't know. I'm skipping that today though. I haven't shopped here in a while, but I have a bad feeling that the Aldis here realize that the only other grocery store in town charges like 4 times the price. And they have like doubled the price of anything since I've last been here. Still the cheapest deal in town. Not sure what they have in terms of like meat and stuff. Let's take a look. Pork cutlets for $7.37. I'd say this is like 2 days worth of meat. When it comes to meat, protein, I generally target $3 per dinner's worth of meat. I kind of got that here, maybe a little bit more expensive. So the meat is fine here at Aldi. For some reason, it's just the vegetables here were crazy expensive. Like twice as much as they are in Market Basket and Athol. That corn, I think, was 3 times as much. I don't know why. Like I said, I think they realized that the next competition is charging so much more, they just decided to go all in. I did find one way to save money. That's with these frozen chicken tenderloins, which is twice the amount of chicken and costs the same as those raw breasts. For some reason, I thought the frozen foods cost more than the fresh foods, but apparently not. I was wrong about that. One thing they didn't have, though, unfortunately, is the pre-chopped frozen onions that one of my YouTube commenters suggested. That was a game changer. Yeah, they didn't have any of that here. I guess it's like not a staple or something. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to chop my own onions. Thankfully, I'll be doing this outside, not tear gassing myself. I'll be doing it during the day. Rice was also twice as expensive here. Still, I got all of this, which should be a week's worth of dinners, for I think $36, and that's an amazing deal. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine going out to dinner or whatever I used to do. There's also that Tractor Supply store right here next door. I'm gonna go there now. I want to try to find charcoal to cook with and not use one of those Duraflame logs like I used last time. Someone said that you shouldn't be cooking with those things. They release like little flakes and stuff into the air. That's a valid point. But I don't want to buy like 50 pounds of charcoal, so let's go see what they got. Tractor Supply is one of my favorite stores. They have like everything here. They have hardware, they have some clothes, kind of like country boy clothes that I'm starting to actually really like, so I'm not mocking it or anything. Cowboy hats and stuff. Can't find the charcoal yet. They also have pretzels here that were cheaper than they were at Aldi. I should have just bought them here. I feel like I should be getting boots like this for all the hikes through mud and stuff that I do. Just like I thought, the charcoal here, you have to buy like a 20-pound bag. It's the size of a large pillow. That's just not gonna fly, keeping that thing in my truck with me. You know, I don't have a garage or anything. I didn't walk away empty-handed though. I got mud boots, like these awesome boots they have there. I got them one size up so I can wear insulated socks. Double them as winter boots. I'm not sure why I never bought these before. Yeah, I really could have used them last week when I was walking through that mud. Now I'm gonna find some place to cook. I want to get a spot with one of those grill tops so I don't have to, so I have like a third grill top on top of my little propane stuff. There's a park in Dalton called Waterfall Falls. I think they have a little grill there. Now this is kind of interesting. There's a little grill right here by the parking lot. The waterfall is down the trail a little. I'll go see what the grill down there is like, but this is just so convenient. So there are two grills to choose from right up here. That's probably what I'll do. But over here is Waterfall Falls itself. A beautiful little waterfall that I used to swim in as a kid in this pool down here. You can dive off that rock right there. Just a beautiful scenic spot. Even just the sound of that in the background is so nice to listen to while I'm cooking. I can't like play music or anything because my phone is doing all the recording, you know what I mean? Packing up all those bags to haul down to the waterfall made me realize how much crap I have to bring. All the food, all the tools, all the little stove parts, and all my camera and video gear. So I am not registering a gift horse in the mouth. Is that what the saying is? Registering? Whatever. Not looking a gift horse in the mouth. And I'm using this grill right here by where I parked. The first thing I'm getting going is the rice. I'm doing something a little differently today in light of my recent health kick. I have the water in right now. I will add a little bit of garlic, salt, and pepper. But I am also adding this stuff. This is Giuseppe's Wild Mountain Honey Bee Pollen from right here in Windsor. The lady at the store told me that this has added health benefits. I don't know. I don't think it has any flavor, but I'm going to mix it in with the rice. I don't know how much you're supposed to use. This is like 2 or 3 tablespoons, I guess. Half the jar. Is that a lot? I don't really know. I'll get this going, and then I'll show you what my setup is for all my meats. I don't know why I thought the saying was don't register a gift horse in the mouth. That makes no sense. I think I just spend too much time in like accounting ledgers and stuff. But for this grill right here, someone in the YouTube comments last time pointed out that this thing at the top is adjustable. I can bring the pot right down on top of the flame. I didn't know that. I am so stupid about some of this stuff. I've learned so much from your guys' comments. My mom actually told me the other day she's glad that you guys say these things so she doesn't have to. I thought that was kind of, well, poignant, really. It's accurate. Anyway, I'm gonna use this cooktop right here for all that pork tenderloins I got. And I'm just throwing in these little potatoes right here. They're the miniature kind that you don't really have to chop in half. You do want to soak them in a little water a little bit. So what I'm going to add, why do I not just pour this whole freaking thing in? Stop yapping. I'm going to add some of this stuff, which is minced garlic, as opposed to like the dried up stuff. This definitely had an impact last time. I think this goes good with pork, right? I mean, anything does. And just a little bit of salt and pepper, just a splash. I'll throw some cooking oil on there, which I have right over here. And I'll just let this go for a little while and get my red meat set up, or white meat, or whatever it is I have left, over on this cooktop over here. Now this runs off the same propane heater that my little buddy space heater uses. That's why I got this. I used to use the butane ones, but I find that they leak and like explode and are just not reliable to burn inside the van. These stuff I trust with my life, these little green cans. So for this, I'm just gonna get that Angus steak going. Looks like it has a lot of fat on it, more than I would like. I probably don't need to add much oil. I will add a little salt and pepper right here. This has sesame seeds mixed in. I think I blended in some like everything bagel seasoning with it at some point, trying to consolidate little spice jars. I think sesame seeds will go good with it, so no love lost. I'm just gonna add the asparagus here, which I don't really chop, I do break in half. I should wash this first. Let me go do that. The flame on that propane heater like cooks so dimly in the daylight, it's hard to even tell that it's really burning. I can feel the heat, so I think it is. I looked up the origin of the term, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. It's apparently a very old saying, dates back to the Latin times. The original was, don't inspect a gift horse's teeth, which makes a lot more sense. I don't know how it became as anglicized as looking at its mouth, or like registering its mouth, or whatever the heck I said. But right now, I think the rice is just about done. I'm gonna bag that. I think I'm gonna use my van right here as kind of my bagging station. Yeah, this one grill is working so well. I reached the brilliant conclusion of just burning everything right here. Let me pack up all that propane stuff. I got to put that away, clean up early. And I realized it has this brilliant invention right here, this cast iron flat top. I thought it was wasted space at first, but it definitely boils water. I got the rice going, and it's cooking my Angus steak too. This is just too perfect. You guys are never gonna believe what just happened. A cop came by, told me there's a fire ban, I can't use that grill, made me extinguish it. I just had to pack up everything. Thank God I have a sink that I can put like all my loose stuff in here. So if you're considering a van build, you definitely want a sink just to transport stuff. But that kind of sucks. This is like my first negative interaction with law enforcement since I lived in the van, if you can believe it. It wasn't negative. He just told me to put it out. I said fine. So I'm gonna go to a big box store or something, somewhere where it's safe, and just use one cooktop and cook in here like I've done many times before. Thankfully, a lot of my food I had going had cooked all the way through. It's a nice drive, actually, going down off the mountain back into the Housatonic Valley. It's like a nice intermission in my 4-hour cooking marathon. Not saying I want to get interrupted by a cop every time I start cooking, but this turned out not so bad. Cooking in here is not so bad. In many ways, this is so much easier than cooking outside. I don't have to rig up my audio video equipment. All my spices are right there within arm's reach. I can just do my little propane cooker back there in the shower stall, do my chopping right here with a nice view of, you know, Walmart and stuff, the traffic, something to keep myself entertained. Yeah, this actually, I think this cop interaction, it's almost like he was the gift horse this time, because this is clearly how I should be doing my meal preps. Cooking outside this time of year, like in the winter, is just kind of freaking weird, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want to draw attention to myself, so he was almost like the YouTube commenters, pointing something out so obvious. Anyway, I'm gonna chop up all these Brussels sprouts and the onions, try to finish up in here. I still have to cook all the chicken, but I'm really close to like being done, actually. Last thing I had to cook up was the chicken. I used some of the flavored hickory smoke juice stuff that comes in a bottle. The cap wasn't screwed on right, so like a whole cup of the stuff poured in there, and the entire interior of my van now smells like hickory, which ain't a bad thing, but I have a feeling this is gonna drive me crazy after a while. But yeah, I did all of my cooking. Getting like a week's worth of food, you have no idea how much money this saves doing this. It looks like a ridiculous thing, I know. Getting asked by that cop to put out my fire and move was kind of ridiculous today, but this saves so much money. I think like meal prep is a key part of van life, the whole constellation of saving stuff. This parking lot right here, I'm back in front of the Applebee's. There's also a Barnes & Noble with a Starbucks over here. I'm gonna hop on there, use their Wi-Fi, maybe do some editing. One final hack I've learned with the meal preps is when you put the food in your freezer, like right after cooking it, it creates an electricity spike. And for me, preserving charge is the biggest challenge in van life. So I throw in a bag of ice. These things cost like $2. And I'll throw that in there. That preserves electricity. I'm talking like 5% of my battery charge. It goes a long way. So yeah, that was today's meal prep. Kind of crazy getting interrupted by a cop. But you know, I should have known not to be cooking outside. I knew there was a drought. I don't know. I need people to tell me these things sometime. I'm like my own worst judge of character. I'm gonna go somewhere tonight in the woods. Somewhere that I noticed like last time I was driving around exploring. I should have a good time. No one should interrupt me. Tomorrow I'm gonna be going on another adventure with my friends Terry and Morgan. We're gonna be doing something really cool. That'll be the next video. For now, thanks for watching today's crazy adventure. It smells like freaking hickory smoke in here. I gotta do something about that. But for now, peace out.